Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. Should you have your whole family for Thanksgiving dinner? No, you should just stick with turkey. You know what? Don't judge what I eat. Thanksgiving. I would like to thank Jim Riley for signing up as a new member at the Video Early Access tier. I'd also like to thank the following for re-upping for another month. S. Diane, Peter Levinson, and Will Jones. Thank you so much. Cool. Well, I also want to make an announcement that I have partnered with Netflix, and I have released now one video, and then another video will come out today, where I'm featuring the different puzzle games that are in the new Netflix puzzled app. So this particular video is not sponsored, but I have produced those videos, and I really think you're going to enjoy them. So definitely check that out. Cool. So let's start with connections. It is Thanksgiving and number 900, so I'm expecting good things. Cool. We're finding 4 groups of 4. All right, our Thanksgiving puzzle and puzzle number 900. We have music, files, grands, tidal wave, routers, hurdle, avalanche, downloads, torrent, desktop, drills, confections, swelling sea, outpouring, saws, and documents. A torrent and an avalanche and a tidal wave and an outpouring seem like just like a rush of something, like a sudden swelling. We also have swelling sea. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I'm going to tentatively say that this is yellow. And because I am wearing purple today, I am going to try to get purple first if I can. We give it the good old try here. These feel more apt than swelling sea. Swelling sea is a little different, I think, but we'll see. I don't know what swelling sea would be doing. I don't actually know what that would go with, but a hurdle, like something that gets in your way. What else would we do with that? We got desktop, downloads, files, and music. These are like default folders in like Windows or Mac or something. So we're gonna circle that green. That's probably not blue, but we'll see what the other ones end up being. All right, so I think we have 2 categories. Not quite sure yet. Grands, confections. Confections are just candy, right? Sweets. What would that go with? Oh, you know what this is? This is... I don't know quite how to describe it, but it's slight variations on New York Times games, right? There's connections, there's strands. What are the other New York Times games that were... Wait, what about documents? Okay, hold on. Files felt a bit off to me. I'm going to circle documents instead for green. Sorry, coming back to this. Connections, strands, Wordle. So it kind of like rhymes with New York Times games. What would saws be? Would saws be one of them? I got to think about so there's the mini crossword. I could literally pull open this menu here, but let's hold off on that. There's spelling bee. So swelling sea kind of reminds you of spelling bee. And so that would leave us with routers, files, drills, and saws. I do think that this is purple. Unless there's like more than 4 that rhyme with New York Times games. What else is there? There's like so spelling bee, Sudoku. What else is there? There's the one that's like a box where you draw lines between them and make the words. What's that one called? I can't remember. Anyway, can we figure out what routers, files, drills, and saws are? Okay. So these are verbs, third-person verbs for an action a contractor might take of some kind, right? Or maybe a carpenter, I don't know. They're going to file something down. They're going to use the router. They're going to router it. They're going to drill it. They're going to saw it. Okay. And that definitely feels like blue to me. So I think I have the colors correct. So first we're going to do the purple, which is rhymes with New York Times games. All right. We got to erase this one. We'll just redo the... We're not going to draw it, but we got the routers, drills, saws, and then one of them is going to be circled purple instead of files. All right. This is something woodworking tools. That's what I said. Something a carpenter would do. They're not the tool. Well, they end in S. Oh, they're just plurals of the tools. I suppose it's the same as kind of the same as what I said. I saw them as actions, but they're also just the tools themselves, just plural. And then I think that see, do we think that torrent and outpouring, like the synonyms, are going to be yellow? I feel like the synonyms should be yellow, and desktop, documents, music, and downloads. This is pretty easy and straightforward, but I think that generally the synonyms should be yellow. I've been wrong almost every time I've said that, so maybe they've changed their mind, but I think that this should be green. Yes. Okay, it is green this time. And then finally, these are synonyms for like a big rush of something, like a big increase. Inundation. There you go. You're being inundated. All right, perfect reverse rainbow today. Very nice. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's think of a difficulty here. I feel like you don't have to get purple. I feel like files is a bit of a red herring with green. Swelling C is a bit of a red herring with yellow. I'm going to give it a 2.2, and I think we have a 70% solve rate. Let's see. We're jumping over a Wordle hurdle, a Dew hurdle. Is that Wina? Let's see. 3.3. Okay, they thought it was much harder. 3.3. I was 1.1 off from their estimate. Let's see how I did here. I think I said 70%. 53%. Wow, people struggled. Okay. Well, let's find out why. I think it might be what I just said. Reverse rainbow 1 in 251. It's pretty low for a perfect game. Of people who won, people are getting yellow first. They're not getting purple. Evens out a bit. People are getting the woodworking tools second, mostly. Ever. Wow. Some people are just getting a lot of people are getting nothing. 21% got nothing. 12% got only yellow. 4% got only green. And then we got 4% blue, green, and 2% blue. Wow. Yeah, the losing games didn't get purple. This is actually a huge advantage I have is I say them all out loud several times. And so whenever it's a homophone, I have an easier time. I do wonder if it depends on accent as well. Like if your accent doesn't match the puzzle creators, then the homophone might not be a homophone. Especially like hurdle and wordle might not match, or I'm not sure. I don't know what accent would do what, but all right. A lot of people putting files in, maybe even routers in with the folders. Torrent in, like you're torrenting, like BitTorrent. I did say putting swelling C in with yellow was a red herring. A lot of people did that. Okay. Just a lot of just the red herrings just over and over and over again is basically what happened to people. All right. I almost put files in, but then I changed my mind. People are getting, okay, so 23% are first locking in yellow correctly. Then 21% put files in with these folders instead of music. And then 14% put swelling C in with yellow instead of outpouring. And then correct blue. And then files in instead of desktop. And then finally correct green. And then finally correct purple. Well, actually, correct purple is 1%, so it's way lower. Not many people doing purple first without a mistake first. All right. Cool. Well, I feel like I did well then. How'd you do? Hello. Let's do the easy and medium pips for Thursday, November 27th. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's play. All right. Well, this has to use a 1 and a blank. So this uses the 1, 1. I think it's going to have to go here then. And then maybe we don't have a 5, so the blank can't go in there. So the blank 6 can't go in there either. Ooh. Do we not have a 5? So maybe it's not... Hold on. Well, this is supposed to be easy. Sorry. I know there's a domino like this and a domino like this. So it feels like the 1, 1's got to go there. But then blank 6 can't go into 5, and blank blank can't go into 5 because we don't have a 5. So I'm very confused on what's happening here. If we did the 1 1 here, oh, that's all we have to do. 1 1 there, and then the blank blank here, and then we have the 2 4 here. How did I miss that? Anyway, 4 3 goes here. Blank 6 goes there. All right. I completely missed that the 1 1 could just be pushed up. All right, cool. Let's do the medium. A lot of equals. Okay, so I gotta account for what we've got. We've got 1 blank, 1 1, no 2s at all, 3 3s, 5 4s, 3 5s, and a 6. So I said 3 3. So what do we have 3 of? The 3, the 4, and the 5. Okay, so we know there's a domino here. A less than 3, actually. We only have blank and 1 that are less than 3. I wonder if we do the blank 4 here, then we can bridge this with a 4 4, and we can, because we have so many 4s. Oh, but okay, yeah, and then this needs something. So we could do like a 4 5 here, and we can always switch these, but then the 4 3 here. But then this would be 1 6, and we don't have enough 6s. So what if we swapped these? I could probably just do it in my head, but this would need a 3 3, and we don't have enough 3s. Okay. So I don't think it's going to be all these 4s then. It seemed like it worked. But instead of 4 4, we could do 4 5, and then just do the 5 5 across here. And then how do we want to add to 6? We can't do 2 4. We could do 3 3. We could just put the 3 3 in here. Then we could put the 4 4 in here with the... Ooh, no, this doesn't quite work either. What if we did the 4 3 down here with the 3 3 up here? So what's going on with this 6 here? I think one option is we could do the 5 5 here with the 5 4 up here, and then the 4 4 here, but then 6 1 doesn't add to 6, so that doesn't work. There's some math going on here that I'm not quite grasping, because we need 6 left over if we do something like that. I don't have 6 blank available. I could do 1 5. There we go. This works. Okay, finally. That was an interesting medium. That took a little bit to weasel around. There wasn't a good in that I could figure out. Maybe there was, and I just didn't see it, but I'm not seeing it. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the hard pips for Thursday, November 27th. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's play. A T for Thanksgiving, maybe? All right. T for turkey. We need 2 6s in here. We don't have a 6 6. So how many 6s do we have? We have a 3, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a blank. So 0, 2, 3, 4. So we're throwing out 2 of these with that 12. Maybe one of them goes in the equal. Okay, so what are we going to put in the 5 equal? What are we going to put in the 5 equal? You know what? The only thing we have a double up of is 5. So I'm thinking it's going to be the 5. How are we doing this? Well, if it's connected to a 6, let's see if it can be connected to a 6. So blanks, we do have a blank blank. Blank would work. Let's start with that. So 6 blank here. And then some blank throw out this way would be forced. And then a 6 up would be forced. But we don't have to place those yet. So we'd have a domino here. And so then this area uses up dominoes. This 3x2 area is kind of isolated and would have to use dominoes within itself. So that means that down here, let's see. So does that mean I need double, double, and double, double here? Do I have that? 5, 5. Is there something that I'm missing? Okay, so I could do something like a domino vertical like this. Like I'm just going to make something up, like 5-4, just to demonstrate. And then we could do a 4 into here and a 5 into here. But it doesn't have to be 4-5. So that's just what's going to happen in there. That's exactly how the dominoes are going to be arranged. So now I'm not going to be able to do these across except for once. So I'm going to have to do a blank blank down here. And then this is also going to have to be a double down. And I think 5-5 is the only one we have. And so now I have a 5 blank, which works perfectly here. And again, we don't have doubles, so we just need... oh, no, we don't have 2 of the same. Ooh, no. So down here, we can't do 2 of the same this way. Okay, so I didn't consider that this is also... I'm a little concerned here. Let's see. How do we do this? So we have the same 5-4. You know, the example I used was 5-4. We have the same thing here, where we need a non-doubled domino here, one of them, and then we got to do like something coming up. Like let's say I did the 5-4 here. I could do the 5 blank coming up here with the blank blank, and then I could do the 4. I don't think I want to use the 5 though, because I need to use the 5-5 here. So let's see. It's going to be something attached to a blank. Would it be blank 2 then? And so we do the 2-4 or the 2-6. What's connected to a 5? 4? Okay, so if we do 2-4, we could do the 4-5 this way. So that fills out that area. I have a 6-3 and a 6-4 left and a 6-2. So I have plenty of 6s left. So now I just have to do the same thing over here. It's not going to be the 4-1. I feel like 6 and 4. So 4-6 here. And then I've got the 6-2 here. You know what? Why don't I just put the 6-3 here and swap this around so that I can already fulfill that 3. Yeah, because then we only have the 4-1. And so now this is the blank 5 and this is the 6-2. Ooh, that was neat. I liked the logic in that one. Realizing that we kind of have these isolated 3x2 areas here and this 2x3 area where we needed to have a domino that picked what the 2 equals were that then went up into here and left into here. That was pretty neat. All right, cool. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the only solution, despite how open this felt. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Thursday, November 27th. Happy Thanksgiving. Looks like we got a special one for Thanksgiving because it's way bigger than usual. Enjoyed a Thanksgiving meal. 8. Back half of a goat. Greatest of all time. So all time. Okay. Sudden urge. Santa's landing place, the roof. Abstain from eating. Fast. Tough guy. Ready to use without further assembly. As is, not as is. Some piece pre-made. Is it pre-made? Maybe it fits. Some pieces of circled letters at the Thanksgiving table. Pre and aid. Okay, the circled letters are probably pie and something. Okay, let's get the downs. Inside the foul line in baseball. Inside the foul line. So, good? I don't know. Furry monster with a falsetto? Who sings really high that's a furry monster? I can't think of it. Pet food brand. Is roof for all time wrong? I feel like roof is at least right. Thanksgiving side dish that can fill the circled letters. I wish I knew what the circled letters were. Stuffing? Is it turkey? Turnkey, yeah. Okay, so turkey. Some pieces of turkey. Legs? No, wings. I don't know about wings. Just because of the downs. I should mention for short. Oh, it is wings. I was worried about that TW, but this is by the way, BTW. Tough guy. Okay. Let's actually just keep doing the downs. Shop till you drop. Black Friday thing. MMMM. Yum. I don't know. Billy Blank Williams, actor who played Lando Calrissian in Star Wars. Oh, I feel like I should know that. Billy, it's not coming to me. Requests or asks. Get what I'm saying? See? Give it a go. Try. NBA power forward Blank Hachimura. No idea. Large coffee dispenser. An urn. This is a bruiser. It's a tough guy. All right, what else we got here? Inside the foul line. Enjoyed a Thanksgiving meal. Sudden urge. Inside the foul line. Safe. In play. I don't know what they want there. Furry monster with a falsetto. Who could that be? Furry monster. Elmo? Okay, pet food brand. Not sure. 4M's? Is it just M's? Sudden urge. Billy. Oh, I don't know how to finish this. Enjoyed a Thanksgiving meal. Feasted, of course, feasted. I was just thinking, oh, it ends in ed. I was about to say, well, we know it ends in ed, so I'll fill that. And then I just filled in feasted in my head before I could even say that. Oh, a fair ball. Okay. That's what I was trying to think of. Sudden urge. Impulse. There we go. Okay, what were the clues I missed? Alpo. Pet food brand is Alpo. I haven't heard of that one. Shop till you drop it. I got that one. It is just M's. Okay. Billy D. Williams. Okay, I actually did not know that. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is with gratitude. So like thanks. Thankful is our spanogram. All right. Family. Family. Okay. Self. No. We're thankful for files. Food. We're thankful for food. Oh my gosh. There we go. Thankful for fire. Maybe not. Let's see. What else do we have down here? Thankful for monks with a U for some reason. Thankful for... What else are we thankful for? Family, food, friends? No, guess not. Oh, it is here. Friends. Friends and life. Okay. We're not thankful for files. We're thankful for life. Makes more sense. Health. Slowly but surely. 2 more left. What else are we thankful for? Work? I doubt it. Community? Oh, we are thankful for work. Okay. Sure. Cool. Well, that was Rings Perfect. Nice. How'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is the Daily Squaredle. So, the way this works is we're solving 6 Wordles at the same time that cross each other like this. And as an additional restriction, we have to guess them in rotation. And we guess this row and column at the same time, then the middle ones, then the last ones. And then it rotates through. So I'm just going to start with least. All right, we learned, so the black, the A and the T being black means they're not in the puzzle at all. Just don't guess them again. This S is correct, obviously. This white L means that there is an L in the puzzle somewhere, just not in the row or column we guessed it. This yellow E, has the arrows pointing left to right, tells us that it is in the same row. The reds will point up and down, meaning it's in the same column, but not the row. And then the orange will mean it has arrows pointing all directions. It's in the same row and column. So there's an E here or here. So we might as well guess E second to see where that ends up. What else? There's an L somewhere. So we might want to guess like an L maybe in the middle here to get us more info there. So I want something EL is kind of my thought. Belch is almost certainly not the answer because I don't know what goes BS like that. Do you think this is like this could be an R, like harsh. It could be a vowel easily. We could try like an O or something, but then we'd need an E after it. So it's possible that this is the E. It seems much more likely actually that that's the E, and we want to start with a vowel here. So why don't we just guess something that has an O or an I? Maybe like, oh, I was gonna say input, but there's no T. Infer, at least we'll test if there's an E in this word somewhere, which could be helpful. Sure, let's do it. All right, so it was an I. And so now we know that this must be an E. So I used the filled in for knowing that it must be. If I use the not filled in, it's a guess. ISH might make sense. We can't do IST. What would be ISH? Actually, I'm having trouble thinking of one. It could be ISS. What would be ISS? Like Briss? I think Briss has one S. I'm not entirely sure. So what did we learn? We know there's an I in this word somewhere. There's an N in this word somewhere. We got that E. So should we try putting the N here just to see if it's at the end? And then, so maybe I'll do an EN word, even though this can't be an E. I think this will get us some good info. Maybe, is there an HEN word? Because that would be kind of nice. Maybe hench, like henchman. Okay, it accepted it. Ooh. This is ENC. That's quite handy. There is no R in either of these words. This is not the N. Okay. I highly doubt this is an N, because what would go something NN something N? Seems unlikely. This could be something like onion. There is an I. Let's say it was onion or union. One of those. Let's say this was ION. What would that look like here? We'd put the N here. So like icing, perhaps? We know there's a C somewhere in the puzzle. So if that's icing, this could be onion or union. What goes ENC here? That isn't an H. There's no H in the puzzle. Would it be another E? Yeah, this does have an E in it. So, ooh, I wonder if it's ISP for pence. Because it's not hence. Whence? No. Okay, let's say it's a P. So crisp should be good. I'm trying to think if there's a CR something something P that doesn't use the IS, because that would still finish this top word, but give us info about this left word. Crimp would do it. I mean, it still uses the I in the middle, but at least we get an M. Let's try crump, because I want to know if this is union. Whoa, look at that. That was amazing. Okay, so this is crumb. And this is probably binge. Nope, that can't be binge. Sorry. The G's in the wrong spot. So it is union. Okay, so I can't finish both of these at once. I want to, since I know this is union, I want to try icing to see if that one's right. Icing was correct. Okay, so what is this last word here? B. I'm assuming it's crumb. Like, what else would it be? B something G, and then ends in E. I'm assuming. I don't see what else would be PENC. Like bugle? I'll try bugle. Nice. And then we can finish union. Wow, I got an 8. That is really good. I'm very proud of that. That worked out really well. I got lucky in a lot of ways, but my strategy of doing crump instead of crisp helped insanely an insane amount. In fact, honestly, guessing crumb to finish that would have allowed me to do the P over here, but it worked out. I think that this was a really good order to do it. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And let's spin the bonus game wheel and see what we are going to play tomorrow. And I always provide a link in the description for where you can find it. All right, we're going to do Bailed Clark's suggestion of Metazua. This is a fun one. So You're basically trying to guess an animal, and it unveils the family, the tree of life as you do it, and shows you how they're associated with your guesses. And so you can narrow down where your animal is based on that tree of life. It's pretty cool, and you learn a lot about the different classifications of animals. All right, and that is it for the New York Times games. Happy Thanksgiving again. If you would like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.